Poisson's and Laplace's equations. Regarding the starting of the topic, charged particle dynamics, we have to study Poisson's and Laplace's equations in electrostatics. Consider a charged cube enclosed by closed surface S bounding the volume V. By Coulomb's law, the electric intensity at P is given by E bar equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into R bar upon R cube. It is written as this electric field intensity E bar equal to minus del phi. Minus del phi. Now the discussed situation is here. It is the closed surface S. Closed surface S bounded by volume V and the charged particle Q is here. In this closed surface S enclosing the charged Q. Initially it is situated at the point O. Now this charged particle performing its motion along the direction OP bar E bar. This OP bar, since this P point is on the enclosed surface S, the distance OP bar from charge Q to this point on the surface is R bar. And when proceed further, this OP bar continuously, it is electric intensity vector. The small ds is the small surface element at P, and it pointed outwards along this direction P ds bar. Now the angle theta is between electric intensity field vector E bar and that of the surface element ds bar. It is our experimental situation for this article. This ds bar is small surface element at P. Then we have to calculate the normal electric flux over the small surface element ds. It is given by E bar dot ds bar. Therefore, the total normal electric flux over closed surface S is given by the following expression. That is closed surface integral E bar dot ds bar equal to surface integral Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into R bar dot ds bar upon R cube. It is total normal electric flux over this closed surface S. It is simplified in this way. Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 surface integral ds cos theta upon R square. Since this R upon R cube is equal to, when we consider the magnitude of this R, that is the distance OP from origin of charge point charge Q to the point on the surface at P, then R upon R square is here, and therefore it is ds cos theta upon R square, and therefore Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 surface integral ds cos theta upon R square. Therefore this Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 surface integral d omega. This integrand in the above equation can be expressed by or replaced by d omega. Now what is this d omega we consider here? For d omega we have to go further. This d omega equal to ds cos theta upon R square, which was the integrand of the above equation in the previous slide. This d omega equal to ds cos theta is the solid angle subtended by small surface element ds at point O. It is d omega is the solid angle subtended by small surface element ds at the point O where the charge Q is situated. Now, the solid angle subtended by a closed surface at any point inside is always 4 pi. Solid angle is having value is always equal to 4 pi. Hence, the surface integral d omega is equal to 4 pi. Therefore, surface integral of E bar dot ds bar, it is the LHS of our equation. is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into that previous integrand, and that integrand is replaced by here surface integral d omega, which is equal to 4 pi. Hence the simplification of this is equal to surface integral of electric intensity field vector over a small surface of a surface element ds over the closed surface S is simply equal to q upon epsilon 0, is simply equal to q upon epsilon 0. It is known as Gauss's law in electrostatics. Now we consider the next case. If q charges are distributed over the volume V with charge density rho, then what is the situation? In that case, the charge q is equal to the volume integral of rho dV. Charge that closed surface S includes the or bounds the volume V, and therefore the charge equal to volume integral rho dV, where rho is the charge density, V is the bounded volume, and Q are the charges distributed over that volume V. It is now the situation. Now the above equation, surface integral E bar dot ds bar takes the form volume integral divergence of E bar dV. The LHS is surface integral, RHS is volume integral. We have to convert this into same integral, and as our this situation, we have to convert this LHS into volume integral, which is surface integral converted into volume integral. Hence it becomes volume integral del dot E bar dV equal to volume integral rho upon epsilon 0 dV. Volume integral divergence of E bar equal to volume integral by substituting the above value rho upon epsilon 0 dV. Rho upon epsilon 0 dV. Now in this equation both are in the same integral form, that is volume integral. Since both integrals are same, therefore we can make this adjustment here. Divergence of E bar minus rho upon epsilon 0 into bracket volume integral into bracket this into dV equal to 0. Now integral volume integral of dV is equal to V, and that is equal to constant, and that is divided to this 0, and that is total RHS remains 0. Hence divergence of E bar minus rho upon epsilon 0 equal to 0. Therefore divergence of E bar equal to rho upon epsilon 0. Since volume integral dV equal to V equal to constant, it is that equation is true for any arbitrary volume V. Therefore, del of minus del phi equal to rho upon epsilon 0. Hence we can taking here del dot del phi. This negative sign on LHS is shifted towards RHS. It will become minus rho upon epsilon 0. But when we consider the magnitude, it will become LHS as del square phi equal to rho upon epsilon 0. Now this equation is known as Poisson's equation. It gives the nature of electric potential for a charge distribution. While proceeding for Poisson's equation, we will consider the situation as Q charges are distributed over the bounded volume V, and for that reference this del square phi equal to rho upon epsilon 0, which is the Poisson's equation, explains the nature of electric potential for a charge distribution. Since rho charges are there, we consider the another situation for a charge free region in electric field rho equal to 0. By substituting this rho equal to 0 in this equation, it will take the form as del square phi equal to 0, because to the RHS rho is in the numerator, it equal to 0, therefore total RHS becomes 0, hence del square phi is equal to 0, which is Laplace's equation. In that case, del square is there, that del square is known as Laplacian operator, and it in rectangular coordinate system, this Laplacian operator is written as del square equal to dou 2 by dou x square plus dou 2 by dou y square plus dou 2 by dou z square. In the numerator of each, after dou 2, the space is empty. you can fill up this space by phi, psi, vector A or whatever it may be. Here our is scalar potential phi is there, and therefore del square equal to dou 2 by dou x square plus dou 2 by dou y square plus dou 2 by dou z square is the Laplacian equation with Laplacian operator as del square. Okay, we stop here.